I'm realizing that I'm at this weird age now. Like, I'm about to be 30 in about 2 weeks. I can't tell how old guys are anymore. I will think that I am talking to a guy who is my age, and then he'll be like 20. I've never felt more like a cougar in my life. I was just having a really nice interaction with a guy at a gas station, and he was flirting with me, and I was like, oh, he's pretty cute, blah, blah, blah. And then he told me he's 21. I ran out of there so fast. I feel so creepy. And this is like the second time this has happened to me recently. I cannot tell how old you guys are. You look like you're my age, but you're not.
And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like,
did you take other girls to Starbucks in the morning? Wow.
I don't understand that question. I really don't. I mean, you could be having a good day. He bought a whole bag of stuff, right? And then you have the nerve to set up your phone and ask, quite frankly, in my opinion, a very silly question. See if you are asking him something like, hey, did she wear this? Or was there something specific in the house that she always used? I don't want that to be here. I get it, right? But going out of your way to ask a question when he looks like he just spent a good deal of money on Starbucks, because Starbucks isn't necessarily cheap. Going out of your way to ask, did he take another woman to somewhere, to a place that people frequent? Literally millions of people frequent. You can literally find Starbucks on most corners, on most blocks, in every single city. Period. It's like, it's almost on the level of McDonald's, of Burger King. That's how popular Starbucks is. And you go out and ask a question like that. I don't know if modern women understand just how silly some of their rhetoric can be. I mean, once again, we talk about social intelligence and emotional intelligence and being able to read the room. And this is what you get out of them. You talk about being able to effectively communicate. Effective communication is also not saying things, is also not stirring up and creating tension, knowing how to navigate certain situations and circumstances. They ask for this, and this is what you get out of them. I don't want to say stupid, but it's just extremely mindless behavior.
I don't get why men will want me to sleep over at their house, but they won't sleep over at my house. Like, do you know what I have to offer? I have another silk bonnet for you. I have an oil pulling that we're going to do before bed. We're going to put castor oil in our belly buttons. We're going to take ashwagandha and magnesium. We're going to shower with every scent in the freaking world. And we're going to sleep on silk pillowcases. What doesn't sound fun about that? Like, what do you have to offer? Unwashed sheets and a comforter with no duvet cover? I'm good.
You said in your 20s you was having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that you bamboozled a bunch of men?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So we're in agreement, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know why men in their 20s can't bamboozle women? 'Cause we don't got no money.
Period.
So you spend all of our 20s getting bamboozled. A beautiful woman like you, who we may have thought like that could be my wife, and you bamboozled us in our 20s. Now we got money now.
Time to do the bamboo.
It's time to do the bamboozling. And what happens is when a woman is now in her position, late 20s, early 30s, she's like, I'm ready to be someone's wife.
Yeah.
Well, now you finna get bamboozled. And I'm not saying it's okay, but what I'm saying is that you had your time to bamboozle. A man can't bamboozle until he got the resources to do some bamboozling. Show me a black man in their early 20s who don't come from a prominent family who got resources to bamboozle. Finally, when they make some money, I'm finally a VP of my job. I'm 30. Yeah. Wait a minute. I can do all the things that I watched that woman do with that other guy that I like. So now I'm going to do that to these women, and I feel like women get upset when a man does it. But then they'll openly say, like you just said in your 20s, I was bamboozling.
The amount of times I used it, bamboozle, this clip is crazy, but Tavell makes a pretty good point. When young men, you say, are not committing to you, they're trying to commit to you in their early 20s. They don't have anything, but whatever they do have, and this is not for all dudes, because there are some dudes out there that are definitely playing the field and they trying to bamboozle with nothing. There are definitely some players out there, right? But not all of these guys are players, right? You coming across some dudes that are trying to do the right thing and trying to commit, trying to do the whole 9 yards. But like he was saying, the women don't want it. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I want to go out here and play around, and I want to have this man on my roster and that man on my roster. And the man trying to tell you to your face multiple times. Some of these dudes be chasing women around for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years trying to get your affection, buying you flowers, trying to take you out on dates. And then all you have to show for it, or all you have to give them back is, oh, thank you so much. You're so nice. Never tell them that you're not interested. Just play like you're interested. Get the money from them. Get the free dates, the free dinner, some clothes, because sometimes they don't have a lot of money, right? All that stuff. And then one day he got to find out later on, well, I don't really like him like that. Through somebody, instead of you just saying, well, I appreciate all this stuff. I appreciate the dinner, but I don't really feel the same way about you. Spending $100 and stopping is better than spending, in some cases, upwards of $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for some of these dudes out here. You can call them a simp, whatever you want to call them, but spending that type of money on somebody that don't care about you is crazy, right? Should they know a little bit more and read the signs? Absolutely. But the point is, you should, if you're maturing and you're developing faster than men, as you like to point out, and then with that maturity, you trick somebody, and then when it's time for them, and then you say, where are all the good men? They don't want to commit. Where are all the guys that want to be husbands, want to be fathers? Well, they out there playing with you now. Is it right? Absolutely not. But you have to understand what goes around comes around. So all of the good men are away from you because that's not what your seed was. That's not what you put in the ground. That's not what you planted. You planted playing games. You planted getting over on dudes. You planted pulling the wool over dudes' eyes. So now when you're in your 30s, this is what you're receiving back. And some women are good women and they just really can't find a good man. I get that. And they don't deserve that. That's fair to say. But some of these women, especially the women that he's talking to right now, they know they've been playing around. And when they get done having their fun, they expect the man to say, oh, I forget everything that you did to me. We're going to have a good life. I know you was playing with me back then and you wasted all my time, but I know you're mature enough now. We're both mature, and let's forget all of that. You was on your worst behavior, but let's forget all that. Nah, absolutely not.
I need to know what it means that the universe keeps sending men into my life, right? Who treat me so well and are so nice and I vibe with so well and are funny and are smart and have their shit together and aren't menaces to society and take me out on these nice dates and text me all the time and ask me how my day is going, right? Really nice, really sweet, like, oh, like your boyfriend material, man. So the universe keeps sending these men into my life and then having them one day be like, and they'll like end things. And the thing about it is they always, for me, I don't know, like they start off the message by being like, Brittany, like you are genuinely one of the most beautiful, funny, smart, cool girls that I've met. This has nothing to do with you. Why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Like I could see if they were like, oh, I just didn't feel a spark. That's fine. But it's like never that. It's always like, I don't know what I want in dating or blah, blah, blah. So why were you so good at it then? Like, why were you so good at it? And if I'm all these things, they're always like, you're so patient, you're so kind, you're so cool. Like, blah, blah, blah. Why isn't that enough to make you know what you want? And okay, so here's the other caveat. I am experiencing dating for the first time as a 27-year-old because I was in a relationship for 10 years. So I am like literally brand new, Bambi, wobbling my way through dating. But this is a consistent thing that I keep coming across. A great man who tells me I'm the whole package that essentially isn't ready. And the gag is these men are always in their 30s too. I'm like, do you know you have 30 minutes? No, but like, what does that mean? To me, because I'm not an idiot, I'm like, okay, like, for me, when this has happened to me a couple times lately, it has to be someone coming back from their past. Like, that's the only, like, I am the literal full package. And I was in a relationship for 10 years, so I'm also, like, really good at being, like, a loyal, chill partner, which is something that these guys know. And also, like, give me a report card. Like, they're always like, oh, you're all these great things. Okay, well, can you actually be honest with me and tell me what you weren't with about me so I could, like, take notes to the next time, like, an amazing man takes me out for weeks and is sweet to me and then is like, just kidding? Like, I'm also somebody that, like, men often project onto, which is really weird. Like, I'm the type of girl that men oftentimes project their insecurities. I bring out, like, a weird insecurity in men that I date, I found too. So I feel like it's a combination of that and just, like, other, right? But I wanted to just, like, open up this discussion because I'm genuinely asking, because the whole angle of this series too is, if you're new, if you haven't seen my other, like, dating and relationship videos, is that I'm 27 and new to the dating world. In LA, to boot. Like, ew. Like, I know. So that's a whole other thing. Ugh. But sound off. I don't know. What is it?
I mean, this is just my opinion, but I feel like coming out of a 10-year relationship and then going into a market like LA or Miami, where is it technically possible to find somebody to date that's actually genuine? Yeah. But the odds of finding somebody that is going to be serious about dating, I don't know if that's the right market. Not because there aren't some genuine people there somewhere, but the vast majority of people are there for work. They're in the city to break into Hollywood, acting, some type of show business. And so if there's so many good looking people, then it almost dampens who you are as a person. You probably are a good person, right? But this is like people who are looking to gain a competitive advantage always in every situation. The same applies to you, right? So you're probably, my advice would be, you probably need to step outside of that environment. I don't think that's a very good environment for people to be dating in. Even the actors and actresses that be dating, that be getting married, I don't think some of their relationships are healthy. Just because they be out there, obviously, well, this is my job, and so I think it's okay to be laying down with another dude or another woman, and we both do it, so it is what it is. People come there to be on their worst behavior. And while you're trying to be on your best behavior, you're going to continue running into people who aren't really, they're looking for temporary companionship because the career is going to come first. And even if you do get into a relationship, then you're going to have to make a lot of concessions for their career. There's going to be a lot of things that you want that normal American people would say, oh, yeah, that's fine. But because you're in that environment, all of those normal things have to go away. Good person, beautiful, love hanging out with you. But I just want to continue to move a certain way out here. And maybe, like I said, you should step outside of that environment to see if you can find somebody that is not so superficial in a lot of ways. Does that make sense? But that's just my opinion. To the next video, I'm out.